Are we ready to go?
I think we're pretty much ready to go. Here, let me get my... Let me get my little gamer fit on.
Which one? Coco, right?
Actually do, yeah, well, we can start off with Coco.
Start out with Coco.
Coco.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to a very special edition of Gamer Corner from the hardcore point of view. It's our 10th video, and we thought we'd do something special from the hardcore gamer point of view. So let's get started.
I'm better than all you, and I do way better stuff than everybody included. I'm the man because I play the game the most. 12 hours a day, that's how I roll.
That's how he rolls. Okay, Debo, first question. So why did you decide to start streaming your games?
Well, you know, I started to start streaming my games because I saw a bunch of news out there running around complaining didn't know how to play the game right. So I just thought to myself, hey, Debo, you're awesome. Debo, you play 14 hours a day. You ignore the ladies. You ignore trying to better yourself in life. You know, you're a real hardcore person. You know what's up about the game. You know what's up. So why don't you go out there and teach the noobs how to play? I said, you know what? I want to go out there and stream and show these noobs how to play the game. That's how I roll. I don't play that.
Very good. So when did you start streaming? What year? When did you start?
I started streaming out the womb. I used to stream back in the day before they even had online internet to stream. Even before streaming was even possible. You know what we used to do back in the day? Remember all those video recordings you used to make of us playing video games and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd make the video games of us playing the game, record over the shit, and then we would send it out to people even they didn't even know who the hell we were just to let them know that they're noobs and they didn't know how to play the game right. That's what we used to do. Been streaming ever back since the womb. When I came out, they just said, this baby's going to be greatness. And I rolled out of the womb with a fully fledged laptop and computer, even though it didn't exist yet. I started streaming my life.
That must have been terrible for your mom.
Well, yeah, you know, but she's a Berkeley woman. She dealt with it okay. Been streaming since back in the day.
So why did you just decide to play the witch doctor, not the monk or the wizard? What was it about the witch doctor that went, this is the class?
Back in the day, everybody was playing them sissy barbarian classes with the little spinning with the swords and the little axes and the little spears. Look at me, I can spin around and stuff like that. No. Or they had, oh, look, I got a shield, I can protect myself. This is back in the day of Diablo when it was hardcore. Back in the days when it was hard. Back when I used to have to go through Act 1 to get up to the butcher, only to die, get returned back to town, then you had to walk all the way back. And you know what? There was elites back and forth both ways. There to the butcher and back from the butcher. Back in the days when the best drops would drop in Act 4 and no one could get to Act 4 because you had to beat the boss and you couldn't beat the boss because the boss was hard. And you'd have problems. And you'd be like, oh, look at all these wonderful items in Act 4. But you couldn't go to Act 4. Because it was blocked from you, and you couldn't even do that. And that's what happened. But see, while everybody else was playing little barbarians and the little freezing mages, you know, that's how mages look when they're freezing stuff. Look, I'm a freezing mage and stuff like that. I played the hardest class, Witch Doctor. Pets were useless. You would level from pets from 1 to 60. You get to level 60. You go into Inferno, because we didn't have Torment. It was called Inferno.
It was called Inferno, that's right.
It was called Inferno. Didn't have no difficulty 7. It was just set on hard. We didn't have a little slider bar to slide back and forth to control the difficulty. It was just stuck on hard. You know? And you know I got there? You know the first thing I did with my pets? Took them straight into Inferno. You want to know what happened? They got one-shotted by a zombie.
Level 1 zombie. But what about the witch doctor? Was it the skills? Was it the item sets? What made you want to play the witch doctor?
I played the witch doctor because 50% in because you know it's black and I'm black too and I want to relate. You know, and what be better being a black brother playing a black man class or a black woman class? You know I don't want to be sexual depriving of the ladies out there. Yeah, I love you ladies. You know, hit me up on the Facebook and the Twitter. You know how I roll. I'm just kidding. I don't have time to be with you anyway because, you know, I'm too busy grinding out all these levels. So like I was saying, and plus it also reminded me of the Necromancer class with all different types of elite monsters I can control. Plus, it was the weakest class. And I said, man, if I could be a player with the weakest class, I gotta be the best player in the world.
Very true, very true. Mm-hmm. So, we know you're experimenting with the Crusader and the Demon Hunter. What other classes do you like? So, Witch Doctor, then what?
The only class I like is Witch Doctor. And the other class I like outside of Witch Doctor is Witch Doctor. Tell you what, I'll give you my top five for my favorite classes.
All right.
Witch Doctor, Witch Doctor, Witch Doctor, Witch Doctor, Witch Doctor. But then everybody, you know what Blizzard wanted to do? They wanted to buff the Witch Doctor class. Now all the newbie players are going to come in and play the Witch Doctor class. So you know what I had to do? I had to not only be a regular Witch Doctor, I had to have all the items for the Witch Doctor, and I had to roll other classes to let these motherfuckers know I mean business. So then I rode the Crusader. But then after that, they buffed the Crusader and the Witch Doctor. So now I couldn't look cool playing another weak class. So then I had to roll DH, and they buffed the DH too. So now I got screwed out. Now I got some extra classes, but since I already made them, I had to put items on them. You know, I'm fresh like that. I'm hardcore. 12 hours a day, all day, every day, by myself. Torment level 6, getting items, getting inside there. Legendaries on the floor. Not what I wanted. Whatever. Go to Caldala. Didn't get nothing. Went to the blacksmith. Smashed him down. Went to the blacksmith again. Crafted my shit. Oh my goodness. Almost perfect stack. Straight to the transmogrifier. Made it look cool. Then I re-rolled the enhancement. Got perfect roll. Boss. Put it on myself. Still getting paid 12 hours a day. That's how I roll.
So outside of the Crusader and the Demon Hunter, what other class would you go into?
There is no other class besides Demon Hunter, Crusader, and Witch Doctor. The other classes, just pansy. I saw a guy running around in a dress, called himself a monk, and I'm like, I don't know no monks that wear no dresses. You know, and stuff like that. And he was crying about how he couldn't do T6. I'm like, well, then you're not really a class if you can't do T6. And I said, I don't even have time to mess with that. And with the barbarians, they've been falling out ever since we took off their tutu for them twirling around with their little whirlwind. You can't twirl around no more. You mad, barbarians? Now, you know what y'all do? Y'all run around with all your little fire again, try to jump on monsters calling it earthquake. But I know what that is. You just jumping on things that you like jumping on stuff. Out of all the skill repertoire you could do, mighty axes, spears, different cool thing, two-handed mega, you know, weapons and stuff like that. All the cool stuff they put in the game, and y'all just want to jump around in little puddles, doing little earthquakes and shit like it's cool. Trying to make another OP build, but y'all will never be back to how you are. You're nothing but scrubs. Those classes don't exist. Only 3 classes exist. And don't even get me started with the wizard. I ain't gonna say nothing because that'll be inappropriate. But all I'm saying, he looks like a little pansy. That's all I gotta say.
Does look like a pansy. Now, we all know the auction house has come and gone, but what was the most you've ever sold something for?
Most I ever sold something, you know what I got back in the day? I had a nice little sweet weapon. Had 2100 DPS on it, was an Echoing Fury. Now, back in the day, you could have a little bit of crit damage on the weapon, but then that Blizzard took it away because they couldn't trust us to handle the critical damage on the weapon when it had high rolls. It had 80% critical damage, it had int, and it had a socket, and it had good attack speed. Imagine it went to some kind of fancy smashy witch doctor or wizard, sold it for $517.96, and after Blizzard took out their cut, I ended up getting $237.83. Good deal by me. Went out to Sizzles that night, had the double buffet coupon. Didn't invite nobody else. I just wanted to have 2 buffets because I'm a boss like that, because I made money online. And when I tipped the lady $10, she said, oh, what do you do for a business? I said, bitch, I sell items inside, you know, a cyber virtual reality game called like Dungeons and Dragons, bitch, because I know you don't know what Diablo means, and I had to explain to her. And before your feminists get mad after that I called her a bitch, her name actually was bitch. B-I-T-C-H. It stands for Bertha Emula Thompson Churchville Houston, and she just abbreviated it. And I asked her before I called her the word bitch if that was okay to call like that, because I acromented the name like that, and she said it was okay, so I called it that. But that's besides the point. That's just how I feel and shit. Sold it for about 517. What about I got about 238 some change. Got my double buffet at Scissor. Then I took $1 out of that 200, framed it, put it on my wall. Let it say it's the first dollar I made from Diablo. That's bigger than 500. And you know, then I just put it, a little posted on my Facebook about how much of a baller I am, because I'm independent now. That's how I roll. Because then after that point, I couldn't sell no other item under $500.
Very true. Mm-hmm. Now, going back to streaming, what was the first game you've ever streamed that you ever put online and said, this is what I'm playing, come look at me?
First game I ever did on streaming?
Ever.
StarCraft 2. Because I had to let niggas go on. Because I was sitting there waiting for the beta to come out. Beta came out, didn't get my beta keeper because they didn't want to unleash my greatness. They didn't want to see how cool I was and how lead and awesome I was, so they couldn't give me the little beta key. But then my friend let me get a beta key, so when I got my beta key, I said, I got to stream this bitch, because I see a lot of these people, they ain't even using the black person unit called the Marauder. That's like, oh yeah, or boom. Boom, baby. They don't know how to play the Marauder right, so I had to show these niggas how to do it right. And then eventually, I found myself a really pretty Caucasian chick that was called the Banshee, and then I just basically start using the Banshee and doing all type of secret crazy attacks, because they call her a Banshee because she does a lot of damage for a little bit of cost, and that motherfucker will ruin your day if you piss her off. That's why they call her the Banshee. And I got famous using the Banshee, and that's what I used. I don't play that shit. So I streamed my little StarCraft, and I had to represent the black community in that, and I did very well. I was a small-time champion, didn't go down that path. You know, I took a little injury to my little point-clicking finger, my little macroing fingers. You know, I can't get them like how they used to be. So I had to, you know, retire at a young age and go on to Diablo for another outlet.
All right. Well, we all know you're amazing in Diablo. But tell us the story of Diablo where you found something and you hit the ceiling. And, you know, not literally.
See, now, when the time is, when I found the item I told you so about for 500, wasn't too excited about that. Let me tell you about the item I was excited about finding. When I basically got an item and it said 1337 or Elite. And I just lost my mind because I said this game has ordained an item that is fit into my justice and fit into how cool I am. And most people say, well, Debo, back in those days, weapons couldn't even roll that high. No, they couldn't roll that high for you. But I'm such a greatest player in the world of Diablos that the game actually bestowed upon me the 1337 item, also known as Elite item. For all you new youngsters that don't know what Elite is, look it up. But like I said, with the big baller man that I was, and I saw that item, and it was on a magical axe, which I put upon my witch doctor, it let people know when they right-clicked and look at my profile how much of a badass I was. And you know what? I didn't even sell that motherfucker. I got it to this day. It's in the store somewhere. I ain't worried about it. I can't find it, but it's there. It's there.
It's there somewhere.
It's there. That would be the first time I got excited about the Elite weapon.
So you mentioned that you stopped streaming StarCraft because of your hands. Is that the whole story? Like, what made you stop streaming StarCraft 2 and jump full time to Diablo 3?
You know, we ain't trying to start no. You know, no Debos ain't trying to start no controversy. I ain't trying to start no controversy. I ain't trying to do that because I'm just trying to do right, move on. But I guess I could grace about what happened. Certain people in the StarCraft communities didn't care for an African gamer that was so amazing, such as myself. You know, putting down the laydowns on the Koreans and all the other different races. So, you know, it was a pretty crazy, intricate plan of making me play against obsessively hard, you know, players that had me spamming my fingers and caused my fingers to go out early in my StarCraft career, which basically took me out of doing it for a long time career. But see, if I would have did that, I just would have dominated everybody, and then there would have been no hope for anybody else. So it wasn't really that fact that, you know, it was necessarily my hands. I could have persevered through it, but I felt it was nicer for me. I carried the torch for my peoples enough, and I passed it on to a French African-American player that was named by the name of Stefano, and, you know, I let him carry the torch at Zerg because, you know, people were hating on my Terran because it was so nasty, you know. So I let him carry on for me, and that's just basically how we concluded it, and that's the real talk. But I just mostly tell people, you know, I just had a little gaming injury, and I couldn't be on the esports scene no more.
So you're trying to stream full time now. How is that working?
Working good, getting money, stacking chips, getting bitches. Well, not really getting bitches. I don't really have time to leave my house because I play about 12 to 16 hours a day because that's what my life about is. You know, most people are like, Debo, why don't you get yourself a girl? What about life? What about going out and smelling the roses? What about going to different places? It's like, if I want to go to different places, I can just go to YouTube and see the motherfucker. I don't actually have to step foot outside my house and shit. That's a waste of money. And chicks, shit, I can just go online and see some ladies if I really want to, because all they're going to do is just suck you dry, if you get what I mean, and take all your money and stuff like that. So you know what? I'll be rapping it in my house, by myself, nobody here, AC off because I can barely afford it, making end strides every day, don't need no woman, forever alone, get my legendaries, me, my bed, and four-pieces set of the Zuni Monster set. That's all I need to keep me warm at night. And you know what? Sometimes I can't handle 4 because I'm a player like that. So I just put on my Pimp and Roll Ringer Grand Duel. I just need 3 legendaries to keep me warm. Because then I get the 4-piece bonus for only had 3. And then I'm going to be an overachiever. And then I'm going to go ahead and toss on that Sarge ring to do that little extra damage versus Elite because I'm styling like that. Don't need no chicks. Don't need no just sit there and I just, you know, let my legendaries keep me warm. That's what keeps me motivated. I log on, the legendaries are like, hello, Debo. And I'm like, hello, legendaries. And they're like, how you doing today, Debo? I'm like, I'm doing great. Then my legendaries are like, Debo, you realize you're having a conversation with any of my objects? I said, legendaries, you motherfuckers is crazy. You know you guys are legendary. You items exist in my heart, and I love you so much. And they're like, I love you too. And I put the items on, and we go kill shit, and we get more legendaries, and we just make a big happy family. That's what the fuck we do. Because we handle shit.
Right. Are you an agoraphobic?
What's agoraphobic?
You're afraid to leave your house.
I ain't afraid to leave shit. I can go anywhere. Like I said, you ain't listening to what I'm saying. I've been to Italy. I've been to France. I've been to Rome, and I've been to Jerusalem. Hell, I watched a documentary about Genghis Khan and the Persians and all that different kind of shit. I've been there. Like I said, you know, people try to define a place where you go is when you actually leave your house. But I'm just saying, technically, if your destination is in your mind and you see it on YouTube, it's like technically you've been there.
Very true.
And you don't have to pay for the plane ticket.
So what's next for Debo?
You know, I'm going to do a lot of the same stuff. They got the ladders coming out, so I'm training myself on a grueling schedule of 17 to 18 hours a day where I can just, you know, go out there and do the ladders and then, climb up the ladders and, you know, be the best in the world and stuff like that. And some people ask me, Debo, you should go to BlizzCon. I'm like, nah, that's what a noob would say. I don't have time to go to BlizzCon. So while you going there, having fun, partying with chicks that are really hot and those cosplay items the costumes that look amazing, and they ask you to get them drunk, and you go back and get them drunk, and you go to the hotel room, and you tell your friends you got some freaking pictures because you got down with the orcish lady. Why you would choose the orcish cosplay lady, I don't know why, but that's your choice, and you did some freaking stuff, and you lived that once in a lifetime stuff, and you had a great time and a great adventure. Nah, why you doing that? I'm at home, by myself, in my room, no help, ladder, all day, every day, grinding out that ladder, and you come back and you're like, wow, you have no life. And you have no wife, and you don't have no kids, and you have nothing to show for your life. And I'll be like, you know what? No, I don't. But you know what keeps me warm at night? My legendaries. You want to know my level on ladder? 20 times more as you. Why? Because I don't got a real life. By myself. All for myself. That's what I do.
Well, lastly, is there anybody you'd like to thank for your success?
Okay, I got top 5 people I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank Debo. And I also like to thank Kanye West because, you know, that's my nigga. You know, he inspired me to basically say when I blow up, like how I did to be an asshole and stuff like that, and eventually sell out and get myself a big booty ass white bitch that did, you know, some kind of pornographic video that's been on the internet and let niggas know how fabulous I'm living because I'm a genius. I'm a genius of the Diablos. And that's how I roll.
All right. Well, this has been Hardcore Corner. Any last words, Debo?
Stop asking for extra legendaries and extra free shit and Blizzard to buff everything. Work for your legendaries. I don't care if you have a real life. I don't care if you have kids. I don't care if you got to go to a recital. I don't care if you got to go and get your anniversary for day, present for your wife. I don't care for any of that stuff. Yeah, give me the whole thing. I don't care. I don't care. You need to sit in your room and house all day and play like me for 16 hours a day to get the items that you get. You don't deserve nothing. I don't care if your kid got a soccer practice. Leave the motherfucker there for 2 or 3 hours. If he's old enough and he can survive the wilderness, he can get himself home. Get the legendary time in. Get your items. Craft your items. Stop asking Blizzard for free handouts. And you know what? That's all I got. I'm done. I'm finished. Screw this interview. You wasted my time. I gotta go back to grinding and getting these legendaries. Y'all noobs.
That was Debo, everyone.
I think that went pretty well.
Yeah. I didn't know you were going to play it like that. I thought you wanted to do... Yes, sir, Mr. T.
So just before anybody freaks the fuck out, that was a joke. We're gonna be doing we're gonna include that in a segment on the show because Nate Dogg had a good idea. He thought it'd be good to give the hardcore point of view. I was a little bit more comical. I didn't really want to go in the actual how a hardcore player feels because I don't think that's a good thing. No matter what, it's a losing situation. So we'll go ahead and have Nate Dogg log into his shit. We'll go ahead and check the progress of his Crusader real quick. We'll talk about some quick things they updated and talked about. But we just wanted to make that quick video because, you know, it's funny and it's silly. And it was the 10th episode. So every 10th episode, or I don't know, maybe once out every 5, or we'll just do it randomly. We'll do a funny segment like that to keep you guys entertained and whatnot. But
I was trying to channel what's his name that does the actors corner.
Right.
You know, he talks to all these people and he's all serious and they're crazy.
Yeah, I think everybody enjoyed it. All right. Welcome to Diablo's Casual Corner, episode 10. Hope you guys like the little mini rant. If you guys haven't checked it out, I'm not too for sure. I think I'll just put it all in one segment. You know, I think I will, or maybe I can just divide it up. Well, no.
I think it'd be better divided, because if you do Diablo 3 from the Casual Corner 10, and then you could go, the
Got
lost,
you.
like just the lost episode.
I'll do that. I'll go ahead and put that on there. So, if you guys are wondering why this one's going to be kind of fairly short, we did episode 10. We did a whole little mini rant. So make sure you guys check that out on YouTube of me talking about the scrap show Diablo from a hardcore point of view, which would just never work. But welcome back, Nathan. If you guys don't know Nate Dogg, Nathan is the casual gamer. Not that that's a bad thing. We say casual simply in the sense that the way we view casual is just a person who just doesn't have a lot of time to devote their time to specifically one game or a lot of hours towards a game because they have real life responsibilities, which is fine. You know, it's nothing wrong with having a wife, having a kid, which Nate Dogg doesn't have yet. But, you know, he has a wife, beautiful wife, wonderful dog, responsibility, works as a sister at a company, and his wife works, a nurse, and she does well for herself. But, you know, you got a lot of stuff you want to do. You want to hang out with your wife when she has her days off because she works long hours. You want to go out and see stuff. But and a lot of your personal time every day, you like to spend a couple hours playing the games that you love. And one of them is Diablo. So we have him on the show every week. We just keep up to date to see how things are affecting the casual player, which is a lot of players out there who necessarily don't have like a lot of time to spend, but they want to get in and have fun, and see how things are from his perspective. So, welcome back, Nate Dogg, and thanks for those wonderful, delightful questions that you had. You get a high five for that. I just want to ask you, how'd your week go last week? How did you enjoy everything?
It was good. I bought a South Park game, or the Stick of Truth. Mm-hmm. Wasn't very happy and beat it and returned it. Okay. So I basically rented it for free.
Okay.
But it was fun. I wouldn't necessarily buy it for $50. Definitely skip the Xbox version, as it has huge lag issues and freezing issues.
Okay.
But if you like South Park, you'll like the game. It's too easy, to be honest.
Like really easy. They could have did a little bit more?
It's not difficult at all, actually.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Well, how many hours do you think you got in since the last time we saw you?
Well, probably 5 or 6.
That's not too bad. I noticed you went up a little bit in DPS. Any big new finding items that you were surprised about, or you just basically you didn't get anything too new?
No, I didn't get anything new.
Okay, cool.
And I found stuff for other characters that, maybe once I finish my Demon Hunter might want this, but
okay.
Nothing for my Crusader. I am almost up to the headpiece.
Okay.
Getting the perfect gem for that headpiece.
Okay.
All I have to do is take it out.
You got the Memphis Twilight. I don't remember seeing that last week, but I could be wrong.
It was there.
Okay, maybe I'm just tripping out
but
there.
We didn't go over my equipment.
Oh, okay.
But it was there.
So now, last week I told you to do little things from Kodala, and I saw you got a couple blood shards, so we'll see how that works out for you today. But most importantly, how did you like using the skill called Condemned and with the weapon? Did you notice it actually making a big difference, or do you think it was so-so, or what?
I like it a lot, actually. I like the Vortex rather than the what is that? Immediate explosion.
Right.
Because you can do the Vortex, activate your horse, and pull everybody into one area.
Oh, really?
It doesn't, like, pull them, but it'll, like, push them towards it. So you can actually get on your horse and ride in a circle, and it will pull everybody into an area, and then it goes off, and then it chain reacts. But it doesn't work well against boss type.
Elites.
Yeah, it doesn't really suck them in.
Okay.
But if you're dealing with huge mob, it's very, very good.
You know, one thing I realized that's actually really good with the Vortex, you actually have strong arm bracers. So when they get knocked back or when they get knocked into you, that's counted as a knockback, and the strong arm actually activates and does extra damage.
My follower has something. I think it's this necklace. Check out the necklace. Mm-hmm. She has to pull all enemies towards your target and slow them by 60%. So sometimes we'll be in a mob, and that'll activate, and I'll be right there, and I literally grab everybody in the room.
Okay.
So I put that on myself if it wasn't so much worse than the item I have.
Okay.
If I was going for a build that did this specifically like that, I would definitely use that necklace. You got most things that pull you in to make this kind of combo work, kind of like you do this with Witch Doctor. I haven't not gone there yet, but if I happen to find more things that pull people in, yeah, I'd probably try to do that as a type of style.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So basically, you have the S of John, chance on hit to pull in enemies towards your target and slow them by 60%. That's pretty cool. You put that on your Crusade, on your Templar, so that when he auto attacks, he can suck him in. Because you guys are pretty much close fighting to each other, anyways, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, I put it on him because this one is better, stat wise.
Okay. And oh, okay, I see what you did there. But basically, you do enjoy what Condemn is doing.
Yeah.
And you like the effect of it. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, because last week you weren't using, you were using something different. But ever since you started trying it, you've been enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, it's good. I think it does more damage than, I think it's Fist of Heavens or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
True Fist of Heavens, you get to actually jump from here to here, which is kind of like Leap in Barbarian. I have to walk all the way around, or you could just jump.
Okay.
But I think the strength of the damage outweighs the usefulness of being able to kind of jump like that.
Okay, and then you saw on Torment level 1, and is that going pretty easy for you? It's not too. Are you content? Do you feel like you have a need to go to a higher level Torment, or do you feel like you're happy at where you're at?
I'm fairly sure I could go Torment too, actually.
Okay.
It's definitely within the realm of possibility. I kind of want to get one more small bump before I attempt it because I don't really like having to actively run from boss type.
Okay.
From elite mobs because that's so annoying to like. I gotta run. Oh, I use my potion. Now you have to run back so you don't die. That's annoying to me. So I'm just sticking around Torment 1. Next time I get a slight bump, I'll try Torment 2.
All right. So basically, do you think if you had more time, you would want to go towards T6 or the higher level Torments, or because a lot of players feel that they need to? Well, how do you feel from your point of view? Do you think that you could see the point of view where people feel like they have to be at 2 and T6 and they feel kind of worthless? Or do you feel like people should kind of get over that and they shouldn't worry about that and just be happy on their Torment level 1? How are your whole feelings about that?
That's a hard question.
Because some people feel that they're classes that are inferior, just to clarify, compared to other classes, because they simply can't do T6 as well, but when you go down to a level Torment, both classes can perform at the same rate, or if not better, one or the other.
I think the goal of any video game is to get the strongest you could be.
Right.
That's a fair assumption, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think once you kind of hit T6, you could consider the game beaten. What else is there to do, really? Yeah, if you had a tower that is, infinite and you could do that, but it's infinite. You've pretty much beaten the game once you can successfully complete Torment 6 something.
Mm-hmm.
I would say. It's kind of like the cell phone games.
Mm-hmm.
You play a couple, I play them. It gets to that point, once you've gotten so strong, there's really nothing to do anymore, so you stop playing. So I think the ultimate goal should be to get to Torment 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to tell me, not you, but if you want to tell me this class can't function on T6, that just means you haven't figured it out yet.
Okay. So, do you think that... So, basically what you're saying is just that if they get to T6... You haven't figured out what. So you don't think that necessarily all the classes have to be the same at T6, or they have to farm as fast as everybody else, or be equal?
I'm just saying that if I don't know who, but let's just say Monk. Monk.
He picked the fucking one class that actually does say that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so anybody that plays a Monk says it's impossible for a Monk to function on T6 because. Whatever reason you want to say. That just means you haven't figured out how to make T6 work with a monk.
Right. So you're not talking like, do it as fast as the number one class in the game, but just to do it to the point where at least you're killing monsters and you're running through the environment.
You don't have to find monk as the highest DPS or whatever out of every person playing Diablo. You don't need to do that. Mm-hmm. You just need to be able to function on T6. It's kind of like League of Legends. Oh, Teemo's broken. Not really. This person just knows how to play Teemo. This person knows how to play this. This person knows how to play this character. No characters suck unless you're like Capcom and you made Dan as a joke.
Right.
No characters suck. You just don't know how to play them.
Right.
I'm sure there are characters that are not as good.
Right.
Like, you got your Sentinels and your Magnetos. Mm-hmm. Where's your curly mustache?
Right.
Yeah, they're better because there's things to exploit, but that doesn't mean someone cannot destroy you with Roll.
Right.
Roll can be a good character. I have seen some insane shit with Servbot, and he has the lowest attack and defense in Marvel's Capcom 2. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean he sucks. It just means you don't know how to use him.
Okay.
So, stop complaining about shit. If people are complaining, I don't know.
Well, plus Blizzard has mentioned they are going to be retroactively buffing the monk sets and redoing it so they are stronger. So I think that it sucks that you have to wait a little bit longer. I can understand that. But I always tell people, at least Blizzard hears you. They're going to be changing it. So no worries. Because I find a lot of people are just getting so comparable to each class. But I will say this. Blizzard has stated that based on the trials and everything like that, or the rankings, how they said basically when they have like the never-ending rifts where they rank the classes, they said they're going to balance classes based off that. So every class can be in the same line. So I tell people, look, you see them saying that they're going to balance it. You see them, they're going to retroactively buff some of the gear. Relax. It'll get done. Right now, the Zunimas is set for the Witch Doctor, well, mostly the Fetish passive skill. And also the increased damage. You got increased damage to certain skills and stuff. Our increased damage for our dots for the Jade set to do that big damage, it's not working in game. Now, we can't run it optimally how we would want to run optimally in terms of doing damage or running through environments, but we could still function, and Blizzard acknowledge that, hey, look, they're fixing it, so stop complaining about it. Now, I will say this. As Blizzard, I wish they would speed up and hurry and get it done, because it's like, come on, guys, you should have had this done already. But I will tell people this. It makes no sense in complaining about it because you complained about the wrong thing. And I think, you know what? I think Blizzard thinks it's okay to wait for the next big patch before they fix all these big things because they gave us that bonus legendary event. So it's kind of like, I tell people you got to be careful because, you might ask for one thing and the one thing that you need to get fixed now, okay, well, they did get us something. But I've been telling most people just, look, it's coming. Chill out. It'll come eventually. But you got increased legendaries. That's what you want. So you just kind of have to just tough it out.
Well, at the same time, you don't want to not talk about it. Mm-hmm. You need to not complain about it. Because if no one knows Monk sucks or whatever they want to choose to say, no one can fix it.
That's true.
So you hear that there's a patch coming out. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming. Don't worry about it.
Oh, especially you're saying they have all this information. You know that they said they're looking at months. They know that they're underrepresented, and if you know what's coming, then you shouldn't be dwelling on it.
Yeah, if Blizzard has made an announcement, okay, we've heard you guys. We know Monk needs a boost in blank. We're working on it. Okay, now shut the fuck up. Find something else to troll on. Go watch a YouTube video about two guys having a fake interview and troll them.
Maybe just be trolling. Don't encourage them to troll us. Trolling is very serious. People get hard-ons when people hear trolling.
Dude, I love feeding the trolls.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Because I'm in turn trolling them.
That's so horrible. I'll try to think. What else? I mean, that's pretty much about it. Nothing has been in big terms for Blizzard. I mean, we all know the console comes out in August. We know that PTR will be coming out hopefully soon so we can test the ladder. I'll let you know how that goes when that comes out. Besides all that, we know they're making retroactive buffs to certain things like that. And Blizzard got other projects and stuff they have to work on. So, I mean, they will work on them accordingly. So, hopefully, ladder comes out soon. And we know once ladder comes out, we have the tiered rift system and we have rankings and all this wonderful stuff. And I think that's going to breathe into a lot of life into the game. But for right now, I have to officially, I don't know if you agree with this, with the buff to legendaries and how you can get everything from Keldala, and people are going quick, I have to say, Diablo came out in March, end of March? Mm-hmm. So let's just count April. So April, May. Damn, dude. Do you realize we just ran about technically 2 months
of Reaper Souls?
And, people are already done. Well, I think that's in big in part because they made those big patch changes in that 100% event. A lot of people got a lot of gear in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So we called it, right? It was about, we said about, you said about 2 months before people start going away towards it because the numbers have dropped. When it first started, it was like 25,000, then 20, then 15 for a while, then 10, and now we're down to like 5 or 7 streaming viewers watching Diablo. Like right now, we have 115. Let's go ahead and take a look at Twitch. And let me see right now how many people are actually streaming Diablo. It might be a little bit better on a Friday. Now, I'm hoping to see 10,000. Watch Dogs is at 15. Counter-Strike's at 14,000. Killing Floor is 12,000. Minecraft's 10. So Diablo's
we got more people watching people play fucking FIFA.
That's what I'm saying.
What the fuck? Why would you want to watch someone play a soccer game? I love soccer. Soccer is my favorite sport. Or European football. But
it's
really,
just,
is it that fun to watch someone?
It's been 2 months, and you know what? In all honesty, it's just I think that's when you don't have an actual end game. We're not bashing Blizzard. We're just talking about. We're just discussing. It's just 2 months. I feel. And that's why I told people, like, you want to be very careful from making it like a when they start releasing it to console and then they took over the Real Money Auction House. I always tell people, if they had Real Money Auction House, I told them this, even if they were making only like $5 million a month off the Real Money Auction House, $5 million, that's still $5 million of extra revenue.
Yeah.
And then they can devote some of that money to hire the guy who fixes the patch and gets it out right away. It forces them to. I try to tell people it forces them to push up content quicker. Damn, dude.
So why
because
take away the gold auction house?
Because
real money, people
everybody, because even if you had the gold auction house, people would buy gold from the Chinese farmers, and they didn't like how people were spending more time.
Don't buy gold. Don't make it able to buy gold. Just make it items.
What they should have did is this. They should have made it so when you go in an auction house, when you buy something, it binds an account. And then also when you trade somebody, it binds an account. And that would have fixed all the problems.
I mean, I just don't like that if I find something that
you don't need,
use, I can't give it to you. That pisses me off.
Mm-hmm. So for me, man, I don't really know. I mean, it's just how it goes. I just tell people this, if they had money and certain things like this of that nature, then I really think they would have continued on and they would have done a couple more things, or maybe they would have pushed patches out a lot quicker. Because I tell people when they're making money off something and they know they're losing their $5 million a month, let's say say they go down to $4 million, $3 million, they might have a meeting saying, hey, we either need to make it grow or we need to make it stabilize. You know what? Let's move up this content a month earlier so we can generate more sales. And I tell people from a business standpoint that's smart. And I'm saying that's why. I don't know what's in my throat today, man. Somebody's going to make a bad joke about that, too. What's in Debo's throat? A lot of games... The reason why League of Legends is so successful is because
they're constantly having new updates.
New updates, microtransactions, which makes them want to make more updates because they make more money. But you can buy every single champion just from playing the game. You don't have to do that.
Dude, that's a long fucking time.
Actually, no, it's not. It's not that bad. If you played, let's say if you played a lot, like how we were young, as much as we play, we could buy 3 champions a week permanently too. Permanently. That means within a couple months, even if you spent real money on the game, treat it like a real game purchase for League of Legends, you paid $60 one time, you would never need to buy anything again. You'd have everything. So for me, I think it's a smart business model to have microtransactions, so it encourages the company to keep releasing content, but not to the point where it overpowers the game.
Right.
And I was trying to explain that's what Blizzard was trying to do. And why so many people, they wonder why Hearthstone gets so many updates rapidly and how they're already giving out shit for Heroes of the Storm. Well, Heroes of the Storm is going to be a free, because you know what Heroes of the Storm is, right?
No.
It's a MOBA, but it's Blizzard's MOBA.
Oh, yeah, I know what it is, yeah.
So, everybody's going to play it. You are going to play it. I'm going to play it. And I said the big thing is this. They're going to be able to make a new skin and people are going to buy it. They're going to make money. So if there's something wrong with the skin and it causes an error or glitch in the game, they're just not going to disable the skin. They're going to lose money. they're going to fix it immediately and patch that shit.
Yeah.
Just like they do in League of Legends. So it'd be nice to have something in Diablo like extra tab space or extra storage space. Like, can you imagine 3 more extra tabs in your stash, $20? I'd pay for that. You know?
Yeah.
I think people would like microtransactions and then use that money to keep a staff team so we can fix the problems in the game. Because a lot of people get mad. Damn!
Coming down with something?
No, I'm not coming down. I got a dry spot in my throat, and they're gonna make fun of that on the thing too. What I was trying to tell people is this: they need to have this kind of stuff so that if I'm a business and I know I got a major patch coming out, and I need the programmers to get in there and reprogram the game because we have big glitches, not glitches that prevent classes from doing what they're supposed to do, but some of the major set items are glitched, right?
Right.
My big thing is this. You know, maybe we should have like an extra amount of people who are there that we can actually pay and hire them. It creates jobs. Mm-hmm. It creates revenue for the company. And it allows them to have people that can push out non-major critical patch stuff to fix the game or little hot fixes. Right. So we're not waiting another 3 months for the next big update for them to fix it. Because if I was a company and I didn't have microtransactions, that's how I would do it. I would just say, okay, well, to save money and be cost efficient, and plus we're Blizzard, we have all these other games, you know what? We'll fix it in the next update instead of fixing it right away, because I don't want to have to pay somebody overtime to work off their ass just to, you know, they have to make money, you know, so. I mean, that's pretty much it for pretty much the show. I always appreciate you guys coming by and watching it. Make sure you guys check out both videos for the one we did from Diablo 3 from a hardcore point of view, which is just a funny spoof. But before we go, I actually want to... You got some blood shards here. Let's see if we were lucky with Miss Kildala. Let me think here.
You said we were going to look at the shields last time.
Ah, we have to do shields, don't we? Okay. No, no, we should. We're going to do shields and see if Miss Kildala is going to be nice to you today.
Nah, she's going to be a whore.
You can't call a whore when you only got 200 blood shards, man. Some people bank in 20,000 blood shards.
You haven't even looked at them. One might be better than what I have. You're going too fast.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. Let me take a look here. This is 1.3.
No, just look at the...
No. 1.5. Yeah, these... Yeah, you're fucked.
No, one of those was... Hang on. Don't get rid of that one. Hover over that one. Right. No, never mind.
Yeah! I mean, if you want to roll for critical on a shield, that's your money. That shit's expensive.
No, I was more thinking about... Come on, you go get me a shield.
I can't get you a shield. Oh! Money, 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 money! Money! Oh, I got the... She just wants the D. She just wants the D. She just gave you the shield that you're going to use for Blessed Shield.
Is that it?
That's the one that make it ricochet more.
Oh, you're...
Let's hover over that bitch.
Yeah.
You're going to have to reroll for critical percent chance, but...
I can get rid of life. I don't care about life.
You know, oh no, get rid of Fist of Heavens.
Oh, yeah. See, yeah, that's... I don't use Fist of Heavens anymore.
And it rolled Blessed Ricochets 5 additional enemies.
Alright, cool. America.
That's crazy. That is so funny.
Thank you, Debo.
She just wants the D, bro. Hold on, let me see if I can get lucky with re-rolling it. Let me see. Let me see. Woo, pony, pony. Your pony moves so slow.
I got no gold right now.
You gotta know. I'll try one craft.
You can try as many.
I'll try one. Can I? Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? Okay, I'll try. I'll try one more time. Okay, I'll try one more time because you don't have any more. No, you don't even have no more gold, son.
Sell the ones I have.
No, it's all good. But the main thing is you got the shield and it ricochets. So
what do I need to re-roll it for?
Critical percent chance. You want a critical chance.
Alright. You realize you don't have that shield equipped yet.
I know, look. So it just bounces like one time, right?
Yeah.
But with the shield on. You say how it ping-pongs back?
Oh, damn. That is awesome. And
then not to mention if you get the one-hander that allows it to make it so that there is no cost or whatever. There is no cost for casting Blessed Shield.
Oh, the physical weapon?
Yeah, there's a... I need to get a glass of water. There's a weapon, a flail, that makes it so that your Blessed Shield doesn't cost anything.
Oh, wow.
Well, right on. Well, anyways, I appreciate you guys watching the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully I can clear up